Across generations, Americans shared the belief that hard work would bring opportunity and a better life. Over the years, this has been becoming less and less true, as the idea of social mobility is slowly but surely dying not only statistically, but in the eyes of all Americans. A child born into a family in the bottom quintile of income has a 4% chance of making it to the top quintile of income in the U.S. by the time they're 18 years of age or older, while a child born into a family in the top quintile has a 40% chance of staying in the top. The lower class struggles to move up now more than ever. 43% of people born into a family classified in the bottom fifth of income will stay there as of 2010. The rich get richer while everyone else falls behind. The game is rigged, and the people who rigged it want it to stay that way. They claim that if we act to improve the economic well-being of hardworking Americans, whether by increasing the minimum wage, reining in lawbreakers on Wall Street, or doing practically anything else, we will threaten economic growth. There is a reason behind why it is becoming seemingly impossible for those in poverty to move up in the world. That reason is decent education. Employers define us in the United States based on our level of education. In 2009, those without a high school degree on average made about $20,241 a year, while those with a professional degree made on average $127,803. Going further, over the span of their lives, those without a high school degree make on average $973,000 over their lifetime, while those with a professional degree make roughly $3,648,000, over 3 times as much. The worst part of this is the fact that the cost of college has only been rising over the years. As of 1980, the cost of college for 4 years was roughly $8,756, but now in 2010 it costs $21,657. So now, let's do some simple math. How is a family making $20,241 a year supposed to send their child to college for 4 years at an average cost of $21,657, which is more than their annual income? Well, they can't. So, 20 out of 21 people will remain in poverty without that elusive college degree. It is no secret that social mobility is dying either. The confidence of those in the lower class is dying to move up in social classes, which leads to a lack of motivation. 10 years ago, 71% of people thought that those in the next generation would be better off than their parents. 1 year ago, 66% of people thought that. Now, 59% of people do. Along with that, at the start of 2008, as the recession was beginning, slightly more people were thriving than struggling. By the end of the year, after an economic meltdown, 58% of Americans were struggling, while only 38% were thriving. The remaining 4% were suffering in more dire straits. The faith of the American dream is dying. More than 6 out of 10 workers fear that they will lose their job due to the economy. As far as the economy itself, it's hard not to point any fingers at our president. The economy has fallen 7.7 million fewer jobs in it when the recession started. In fact, we needed to add around 3.2 million jobs simply to keep up with the pace of the population growth. The only thing more disturbing than the size of the economic hole we are in is the shocking and inexcusable lack of response from the federal government. How did we get to a point where 9.5% unemployment rate doesn't spark action from a so-called Democratic president and our Congress? Why is the Obama administration's economic recovery plan fallen so short? Because of the lack of care, that's why. Researcher Mark M. Gray at Georgetown University found that Mr. Obama mentions the poor less than any other president in decades. In his public statements and official communications on social class, he mentioned the poor only a quarter of the time, while Ronald Reagan talked about the poor in 2/3 of his public speeches regarding such topics during his presidency. Fortunately, there is a way to revive the seemingly dead dream that our beautiful country is so profoundly based off of. We need to make work pay by increasing the minimum wage. We need to make more investments in medical and scientific research to let us build whole new industries and give us the chance to create good jobs right here in America. We need to improve after-school programs and extended learning days in order to let families with children have a balance to careers and quality time together. With these few steps, along with others, we, together, can save the American dream.